When you know exactly what's coming and you still can't stop it, that's impressive. Duke got crushed by this year's Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston in the ACC Championship. In the Chick-fil-A Bowl, hoping to at least contain last year's Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel. Florida State getting back into their routine this week. Obviously, Coach Jimbo Fisher and Jameis Winston had some stops over the past week and a half. A little Heisman Trophy ceremony in New York City. Winston on David Letterman, not too shabby. But they're back. The team's together, and the focus is on the national championship. Regardless of who you root for, the 78th Iron Bowl will go down as arguably one of the best college football games ever. If you're an Auburn fan, the ending was priceless. If you're Auburn, not so priceless. The SEC is fining Auburn $5,000 for rushing the field after the biggest Iron Bowl in history. The first stop on the Gus bus, rock bottom. Gus Malzahn hired to turn around a team that finished 3-9 the year before. From rock bottom, the Gus bus has stopped at Immaculate Reception Road, 1 Second Way, and 8 Straight Winds Boulevard. That bus route has earned Malzahn Coach of the Year consideration. Florida State quarterback Jameis Winston will not face sexual assault charges. State Attorney Willie Meggs said the accuser's memory lapses were problematic and there was not enough evidence to win a conviction. The last time Tennessee beat Alabama, iPhones didn't exist yet. Bob Barker was still hosting The Price is Right, and TJ Yeldon was in 6th grade. October 21st, 2006, Tennessee beat Alabama 16-13. The Tide have taken the last 6 in a row. Tennessee players won't say Crimson Tide or Alabama. They're just referring to the team in Tuscaloosa as the Red Team. Hard work pays, just ask Gus Malzahn. In roughly a year's time, Malzahn earned himself a raise and a contract extension. Auburn locking up Malzahn with a new 6-year, $3.8 million deal. The biggest knock on Auburn quarterback Nick Marshall has been his title, quarterback, a traditional quarterback, which Marshall is not. But nothing about Auburn's 2013 season has been traditional. LSU's Zach Mettenberger and Georgia's Aaron Murray always seem to be connected somehow. Both started their collegiate quarterback careers at Georgia. Both returned for their senior season. Both end their career with a torn ACL. Wednesday, Sports Illustrated reported that Gus Malzahn told friends privately that coaching at Texas is his dream job. When asked about the Texas job, Malzahn, as straight-faced as could be, said, "I'm tickled to death to be the head coach at Auburn." It's been a tough season for the 2-6 Northview Cougars, but a silver lining today with sophomore wide receiver Colby Easley earning an invite to the 2014 U.S. Army National Combine. The prestigious combine held for underclassmen is meant to showcase the talents of the top high school players of tomorrow. We're live from Providence Christian High School. If you saw the tees, we're joined by the Providence Christian High School student section. They were a little loud. They're going to keep it quiet while we get through sports. But if you want to wave your pom-poms, you guys can. They're pumped. We're here at Providence Christian because they're taking on their rival, Houston Academy, which didn't turn into a rivalry until 2009. But it's heated up. And tonight, Providence Christian going to try and knock off the top team in the region. You know, when you're Alabama, your issues are different than other teams' issues. Winning, not an issue. Fans staying for the final whistle, according to Saban, that's an issue.
We've got great energy and enthusiasm, great passion for the university, and there's a lot of people that really would like to come see Alabama games. I think that some kind of way everybody that chooses to go to the game should stay there and support the team, for the game. And, maybe if you're not interested in doing that, you should let somebody else go who really would like to go, because I have lots of people who want to go.
Alrighty then. Well, if people take Saban's advice for this weekend's Tennessee game, they should arrive for kickoff by 2:30 p.m. Central. We'll have that game right here on WTVY. The Alabama High School Athletic Association is looking to move playoff semifinals to neutral sites. Today we learned Troy will not be one of those potential sites. The association is looking at a variety of neutral locations. It's so that no team has a home field or home crowd advantage. There's no guarantee the Athletic Association moves to a neutral site. This Saturday, for the first time in 4 years, legendary Florida State coach Bobby Bowden will return to Doak Campbell Stadium in grand fashion, too. Coach Bowden will throw down Chief Osceola's spear at midfield before kickoff. Actually, Bowden's 83. Might not throw it down, might just plant the famous spear. Regardless, nearly 400 former players are expected to attend Saturday's game against NC State. Bowden coached the Knowles program for 35 successful years. He is the winningest coach in FBS history. Bowden says there are no nerves. He's just excited. Florida State, NC State kickoff Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Central on ABC. The Gus Bus is currently fueling for Week 9. Along its route thus far, the Gus Bus has picked up a 6-1 record and a national ranking of 11th. Progress? Clearly. But the Gus Bus hasn't arrived at its final destination just yet. The Tigers look to pick up win number 7 this Saturday against Florida Atlantic. Malzahn attributes their success so far to their rushing attack, the offensive line, and Jay Prosch, to name a few. The Tigers are working to fix mistakes, and Malzahn clarifies they're not a spread offense.
We don't consider ourselves a spread offense. Spread to me is kind of throw to open up the run. We're a two-back run play action team that runs the football to open up the pass, and we just happen to do it at a fast pace, and I think that's the reason people categorize us sometimes as spread.
Spread, good for bagels, not Malzahn's offense. Auburn looks to continue their overall success Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Central on Fox Sports Net. This season, Troy football has been Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, especially on defense. Head coach Larry Blakeney says during the off week, the defense has been stressing two very important factors.
Two most important things about defensive football this day and age, certainly number one and paramount is tackling. Number two is playing the ball in the air. Because it's going to be out there, it's going to be up there a bunch,
Troy, Western Kentucky, football's in the air on Saturday at 3 p.m. Central on ESPN3. Alabama safety Vinny Sunseri had successful knee surgery today. Sunseri left Saturday's Arkansas game after tearing the ACL in his left knee during the first quarter. As most do nowadays, especially athletes, Sunseri took to Twitter to inform the Twitterverse. It's like the universe, but just on Twitter, to inform the Twitterverse of his successful procedure. Sunseri's tweet reads, "Surgery went awesome, and I thank God for all the support. Can't wait to start working. Gonna be back stronger than before. Hashtag 4-month countdown." That means Sunseri hopes to be back fully healthy in 4 months. To be or not to be? That is the question. In Hamlet, in College Station, it's to play or not to play reigning Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel. Tonight will be the 36th meeting all-time. Dothan leads that series, 19 wins, 16 losses. I'm now joined by a man very familiar with this rivalry, Marquez White. He was a senior at Northview last year. Now he is a wide receiver at Florida State. More on that in a moment. But Marquez, first question. You played in this rivalry, impacted it for so long. What's it like to now stand on the sidelines and be a fan of it? The family tree has really stood out this week at the Future Masters. We talked about the sons of Fred Funk and Chris DeMarco competing. Also competing, the son of Alabama men's golf coach Jay Sewell is at the Future Masters. Good to see you. Day 2 here of SEC Media Days, by far the busiest of all 3 days, and it definitely was a story of Hoover turned Hollywood when it comes to last year's stiff arm statue winner, Johnny Manziel. If you're a Braves fan, listen up. Your boy Freddie Freeman isn't just the topic of debate here in Braves country. He's being talked about nationally. Talk radio, TV, and Twitter are all over the MLB All-Star final vote. It's down to LA Dodger rookie Yasiel Puig or the hug-loving Freddie Freeman. Coming up on WTVY News 4 at 10, we'll have a complete wrap-up of Day 1 here in Hoover, including sound from an early Heisman Trophy candidate, South Carolina's Jadeveon Clowney. Behind me is the Heisman Trophy, one of 2 Heisman trophies created. One will go to this year's Heisman winner. The other will go to their school. Ed Smith is the player that you see striking the pose. That was casted of him back in 1934. John W. Heisman, though, who the trophy is named after, he was both a player and a coach. Coached at Auburn, Clemson, Georgia Tech, among others. He's most known for creating and legalizing the forward pass in American football that we love today. He legalized the forward pass in 1906, 7 years before Enterprise High School fielded their first football team in 1913. Before we talk about the past, let's talk about the present. Here, tonight, Enterprise High School playing Daphne.